Yo, once again, it's on. Back at you one more again, Real Kens TV in the house like kitchen sinks. Hopefully you like the video. Feel free to comment. Definitely share, subscribe if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that post notification. So anytime I bring you this heat and this action, guess what? You'll be amongst the first to receive it. Now, with no further ado, we're going to get into this evening's video. I didn't even realize this, but I seen it online. 25 years ago, 1998, Master P, a.k.a. the Colonel, a.k.a. Percy Miller, a.k.a. the best hustler in the rap game, a.k.a. the last Don. You know what I mean? And we could just keep going on and on and on. But I believe that you all get the point at this point, if you will. 25 years ago, No Limit Records dropped an astonishing 23 albums. 23 studio albums in 1 year. It's never been done. And probably, especially the direction that music has gone, I don't think that'll ever be done again. Now, hopefully you all understand, I know a lot of you do, probably most of you do, the significance of that. See, back in the day when you had your labels that was dropping, albums, especially like your independent labels, I'm not even gonna necessarily say independent, but like, okay, let me give you an example. That's unheard of for somebody like Death Row, Bad Boy, Cash Money Records. You know what I mean? The independent artist. So they might not necessarily be independent, but you get the gist of what I'm trying to say. Bad Boy, they might drop 5 or 6 albums in a year. Death Row may drop, 6, 7 albums in a year. Cash Money, they're going to go through the Juvie, then Turk, then Wayne, then BG, then they gonna come back with a, you know what I'm saying? But Master P, man, straight grinding 23 albums. And the majority of them went platinum and gold. It was only a couple of them that didn't reach the gold status. Think about that. 23 albums. That means every other week they were literally dropping an album. Because back then, the albums came out on Tuesdays. Every Tuesday, I'm at the store, man, waiting on the next No Limit album to come out. You had P that dropped. I think that was the year that The Last Don came out. You had C Murder. Started off as a street thug with Hanging and Banging. You know what I'm saying? You had Silk the Shocker came out. You had Mac came out. You had Magic came out. Mia X came out. You had, just Mystical. Big Ed, rest in peace, Big Ed, Mr. Servon, Fiend. Man, if I was live, you all could chime in with me. You know what I mean? It's just so many people. Then he came with a TRU. Like, there's so many different albums that he came out with. Sons of Funk, Gambino Family, Mercedes. Like, P really could have dropped twice in 98. I mean, he was the hottest label. I've never seen a label as hot as No Limit Records. You've had bigger artists that sold more records individually. I've never seen a label as hot as No Limit Records. Think about that. Even Birdman said, man, P did something that I ain't never seen nobody do before. Now, he from the turf, so I respect him. We ain't never worked together, you know what I mean? He didn't get down with the people I got down with, and vice versa. I didn't get down with the people he got down with, but all the artists, they was cool. You know how they talk in New Orleans, all the artists, you heard me? They was all, but me and him didn't see eye to eye. Birdman gave the man respect. He said, man, I'm still chasing that. That's something that I don't think will ever be accomplished ever again. 23 albums, man, in 1 year. It's 52 weeks in a year. This man was dropping an album every other week, basically. And he was getting 85%. 85%. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. And I hate the fact that I can't remember all the artists because it was so many. I think Snoop was on the label at that point. I could be wrong about Snoop, but I want to say in 98, Snoop was on the label because Pac got killed in 96? September of 96. So yeah, Snoop was on the label. He dropped. I think Cain and Abel was still there. Man, it was crazy. It was a crazy, crazy year. And that was the first year that artists really seen that. Master P was on the cover of Forbes, man. Man, he said it in one of his songs. It's a robbery. Nigga buys a P. 56 million like the lottery. He made 56 million in 1 year, and it's a lot of money now. So I don't even want to say back then. But just think 56 million in 98. It was unheard of in the rap game. P, that's why he's the boss of all motherfucking bosses, man. He was doing stuff that was never even, you couldn't even fathom doing the things that he was doing back then. 56 million? 56 million in 98. P and them hadn't even really been on that long. They was on the ground, on the, as far as hand-to-hand combat, hand-to-hand transactions, if you will, on the streets, out the trunk. But in 98, P and them hadn't even signed they deal with Priority, was still kind of fresh. Couple years old, Amazing. So I got to salute, give that man his flowers, as I typically do. And when we talk about the best hustlers in the game, to me, it's not even close. I'm not going to knock Diddy, but Diddy was giving Bad Boy, in 10 million. Here, Diddy, here's 10 million. Start your record label. Jay-Z, him, Dame Dash, and Biggs, they did their thing. They all came together, pause. But they all, put their money in, did what they did. Suge Knight, of course. He was the first that I seen. But none of them had an 85-15 deal. Only label I've ever seen get that is Cash Money. And they came after P. They learned the game from P. From what I understand, used the same person to negotiate the deal, Wendy Day. But I'm not knocking Cash Money, and no, I fool with Cash Money. So it's no knock to him. I'm just saying P came before him. It was people that came before P just as well, but P just took it to a whole nother level, and he just did it better than everybody else. It's crazy. I didn't even realize it when I seen it. I'm like, wow. Because I remember 98 like it was a few years ago. You know what I mean? I remember that. I remember The Last Dime. It was really supposed to be P's last album. P was trying to go hoop. And that's kind of what, that was the downslide of No Limit after that. P was trying to go, fulfill his dreams and go play basketball in the NBA. But 98 was a year that nobody will ever, in my mind, be able to duplicate. How can you? How can you have that many hot artists on one label to where you have the confidence to say, you know what, put it out? P was just, he was just taking people, right? They go in the studio, however many tracks they do on the album. He jump on about 2 or 3 songs, 4 songs, executive produced by Master P. put it out. Half them dudes wasn't even signed. My nigga, my nerve, fresh off the curve, jelly, Janet preserved nothing but balls of my word. Pump on my lap at all times, whatever, my nigga, cause young niggas still dying, hollering about, huh? Nigga, what? Huh? Give a nigga, what? Come on, man. I can't even remember his Young Bleed. Bring the noise, nigga. Pass me them toys. He wasn't even never signed to No Limit. Here, man, there's a couple hundred racks, man. We're gonna put this album out. No publishing, ain't none of here. Nobody knew nothing about no publishing, none of that here. You know what I mean? Back then. I'm gonna give you 2, 3, 400,000, a house, 500,000 in your bank account, 2, 3 cars, everything's in your name. Who else was doing that? Suge wasn't putting, Snoop didn't even, Snoop was the biggest artist in the world at one point, the biggest rapper in the world at one point. He didn't have nothing in his name. So these guys is mad at P, and, you know what I mean? I know P ain't all the way, you know, he has his faults like anybody else. And I really think P needs to make it right with Beats by the Pound. But nevertheless, that's a different video for a different day. At least you got a house, couple whips, money in your bank account. It was all yours or what? No, here, man, I'm going to take this back. Diddy will jump in your video. I ain't even want you on my song, Diddy. Diddy will jump in your video, charge you $100,000 for appearance fee. Then he'll charge you another $50,000 because he brought his Bentley. And then, you know what I mean? All that old weird ass shit. Dre got it out of the gutter like P did. And Jay-Z and them did. They got it out the gutter. Because they started with nothing over at Death Row. Cash Money got it out the gutter. I like Irv Gotti and you know what I mean, Murder. It's murder. But they ain't get it out the gutter. They got it out the gutter, but not like P and them. And the reason I say, because Irv Gotti already had not an internship, but he was already A&R making $60,000 a year at, you know what I mean, at the label. Def Jam. P didn't have no knowledge of running a record business, none of that. Only thing P knew was the dope game. Yeah, he was a smart guy in school, but as far as streets, he knew the dope game. So what he did was he implemented the dope game in the music game. And he was the first one to say it back then that I heard of. The music game's the new dope game. You know what I'm saying? I can be your enemy. I can be your best friend. That's why P didn't do no banging on wax and, you know what I mean? Because you say something about somebody, you got to be willing to die for that. All these things that we're seeing happening now, P said that a long, long time ago. Share my video, damn it. If you're a No Limit motherfucking soldier, share this shit. Don't just sit there and watch the video and hit like. I appreciate the likes and comments, but I'm saying, we need to give this man his flowers, man. Now he's trying to take the game to the, you know what I mean, the breakfast food business, if you will. Went in Walmart today. They ain't have his, him and Snoop. They ain't have his cereal now. Excuse me. I'm looking for Snoop cereal. I'm looking for Snoop cereal. Well, sir, if you don't say, could you please get the manager? I insist. Could you please get the manager? I want to know where the Snoop cereal is. I'm in Kentucky. Where is the Snoop cereal? I'm not trying to cause any trouble. I ain't be got no weapons. I just want the Snoop cereal. You feel me? Watch him and Snoop blow. Watch what they do in this breakfast industry. Two masterminds, man. Two masterminds coming together. Pause, double pause. Triple. I shouldn't even use that. I should have used something else. But y'all understand what I'm saying. Whack 100, don't you never call P broke, man. What's wrong with you? He'll never be broke. I don't care if he did sell his masters, lose his masters, whatever. He will never be broke. On his brokest day, Whack, you would never see the money P had. Your claim to fame is Birdman out of your mouth. Every other word is Birdman, Birdman, Bird. That's Birdman's money. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the video. Feel free to comment, Definitely share it. Like I said, share it, man. Share this shit. I'm a small channel trying to get off the ground. You know what I mean? But I'm going to keep it real. And I'm not going to sell my soul. And I'm not going to jump on here and just talk reckless and, do the most for views. I'm going to keep it real. So if it takes me 10 years, guess what? It don't even matter. Because I enjoy jumping on here. It ain't about no money. Ain't about no money. So if it takes me 10 years, if I never get there, it's cool too. You know what I mean? That post notification. Anytime I bring you this heat, especially about these No Limit records, these No Limit soldiers. You know what I mean? You'll be amongst the first to receive it, man. Till next time. Mm, 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 mm.